Don't use back of book. It doesn't help you. All right. Bob. Yeah, Bob, back of book. I get rid of the worked examples out of there so that you actually have to fill it in. It also gives you an idea of where you're up to and what you've missed. So don't take the book. All right, quicker way of completing the square. This is actually where you guys have been heading. You've actually been talking about it when you're doing these. To complete the square on a squared plus or minus PA, a squared, yeah. Divide P by 2 and square it. Butch, I think you're doing that anyway. Pretty much in your head, that's what you're doing. Yeah. So if we've got an example here, we'll go through this example and it'll probably make more sense. So complete the square on x squared plus 12x. Now what's the P in this particular case? Yeah. They have a tendency to love chucking in extra pronumerals, but basically your P is 12, right? So what does it say to do? Divide it by 2. Okay. So P over 2 would be what? 6. And P over 2 squared would be what? Okay. Now, if we did it the way we've done it, we'd have a look and go, okay, AB and all that sort of thing. Work out what our AB is. Divide it by 2, divided by A, and we'd be left with what our B is, and then we'd square the B. Cool? Okay. What we've done is we've just done that using the P. So what's our answer going to be? What are we going to have? X plus 12x plus 36. That's it. Yeah. What would you factorise it as? X plus what? All squared. S plus 6. That's the 12 divided by 2. So basically, you're taking that pronumeral in front of just the x, not the x squared, the pronumeral in front of the x, you're halving it. Then you're multiplying it by, sorry, you're not taking the pronumeral, you're taking coefficient in front of the x. Sorry, my bad, I was thinking p. The coefficient in front of the x, you're halving it. 12 halves down to 6. Then you're squaring it, it's 36, and that's it. Cool? So if you have a look at this next one, y squared. It's very difficult to put in a calculator. I mean, you can do that part in the calculator. But you can't really, it's not practical to chuck. Yeah, it's very difficult to do algebraic type stuff. You need to have your numerals ready so that it can actually calculate. When you're doing it with algebra, you're simplifying or you're expanding or you're factorising. You're not actually solving. It's not until you get a value for it that you can sub in. And substitution is something we do soon. So, completing the squared on this one, y squared minus 2y. We're just going to do it the quick way. What is the coefficient in front of the y? Try again. Negative 2. So your p is negative 2. So half of your p is what? Negative 1. So half of your p squared is what? Yep. Come on. Yeah, negative 1 times negative 1. 1. Okay. Don't need a calculator for that one, no. All right. Yep. Well, it's still the minus 2y, yep. And then what goes at the end? Plus 1. And if we put it in brackets, what would it be there? Y minus 1. Your p over 2 goes in the bracket, and it's your p over 2 squared that goes at the end of it. Is that all right? Not too complicated. I hate the fact that we've thrown in another pronumeral for you, but you've just got to remember that p is just the coefficient in front of the y, or in front of the x, or in front of, but not the in front of the squared one, just the single one. Happy with that?